vampirically. See, vampires are real, but not with fangs, and they don't live forever. But they're all over the place. And they're trying to create a culture shift where all these weak people become like Renfields who aren't really vampires, but serve the vampires and think they're getting power off the reflected glow of being right up against it. And that's what the zombie iconography is about. All of it is about a satanic wave that is already breaking through the hedge and the gate and is now going to fully come in to manifest. Welcome to my nightmare. I think you're gonna like it. I don't think I'm gonna like it. I don't think you're gonna like it. But the point is, I was interviewing her, and I was just going off the books I'd read and the things I'd seen, and also, I guess you could call it demonic temptation that I've dealt with, where basically you get assaulted by evil until you give into it, but then it just basically drives you. They have a word for it. And that's what this New World Order is all about, is that force, whether you believe it's an archetype manifesting through the human psyche or whether it's interdimensional beings doing it. The ancients, all across the board said, no, it's interdimensional beings doing it. It wants a global technocracy machine that it can drive, that it can possess. The ghost in the machine, and it's not the Holy Ghost. And the world, more and more, is being possessed by it. The rebellion, the lust, the fire, the power. But at the bottom of the rat hole, a lot of strong, good people are attracted just to the fire because it looks like strength on the surface. You go through that wall of fire, it's ice-cold evil and wants to rip children into pieces and torture small babies. So that's why you've got to totally reject Satan. And I'm talking to all the Renfields out there that think you know about evil, that think you're cool and shocking with your dark sunglasses and your green shirt and your black jacket, and you're imagining you're into all this evil. You have not seen anything, and you have no idea. You're weak. And that's why you are attracted to it, is because there is power there, the God of this world. You like the style of darkness. All right. There's a bunch of news. It's all off the chart. Let me just do this. Let me control myself. Go to break and then just try to cover this news. It's all up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. We'll come back from break and we'll go over all of it here today. It's a rubbing our noses in it. And the psychopath only feels alive when they're doing those horrible things. And it's like a white light is how it's described. But the rest of the time, they are absolutely cold and pathetic and unhappy. The baseline pop psychology says that they just don't have feelings and don't care. That's not true. They're gone. And so they have no personality because they're not home. They're only animated when the ghost is driving the machine. And that's why there's a war against consciousness and an attempt to bring in an artificial consciousness. That's why there's an attempt to target children from birth with the technotronic weapon systems. I don't know how any of you could be bored out there, all the yuppies saying they're bored. You are in the middle of a full-scale galactic war. We'll be back.
Big business has discovered the preparedness market, and that makes it difficult to know where to go and who to trust. MyPatriotSupply.com is owned and operated by patriots just like you. Has the best prices on storable food, non-GMO seeds, water filtration devices, home canning equipment, survival and self-reliance books, and more. MyPatriotSupply.com has old-fashioned values and the absolute best customer service in the industry. Look for the deal of the day. Unique, affordable survival supplies that fit anyone's budget. Get same-day shipping on all orders and free shipping on orders over $49. Call 866-229-0927, 866-229-0927, or visit MyPatriotSupply.com for emergency preparedness, self-reliance, and food independence. Shop with a name you know and a name you can trust. Before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare. MyPatriotSupply.com.
Alex Jones here for Infowars.com. In the month of July, we have got giant specials on everything at Made-in-1776.com. The already discounted Made-in-1776 t-shirts are only $17.76. We have the new belt buckles that in only 2 weeks of sale are very close to selling out. There's only 500 of each. We're talking about Made in America belt buckles in nickeled brass. This is more than a summer blowout special. This is a new declaration of independence. But to expand the InfoWar, we're offering the equivalent of more than 5 months free right now when you get a membership at PrisonPlanet.tv. For a limited time, only $39.95 a year. That's more than 5 months free off the regular price. Not just this July 4th weekend, but the entire month of July at Made-in-1776.com. Molon Labe, you can take my gun from my cold, dead hands.
Question: could too many GMO foods and toxins be overloading your digestive and immune systems? Answer: yes. If you're searching for a powerful detox that's gentle enough to use every day, use Pro-EM1 from Teraganix. Pro-EM1 is a powerful liquid probiotic that uses good bacteria to suppress pathogens and gently eliminate toxins from your body. A healthy digestive system will cleanse and remove toxins, support weight loss, improve absorption of food nutrients, and aid in controlling yeast and other infections. Pro-EM1 is made with only non-GMO and certified organic ingredients, has no preservatives, and is dairy, soy, wheat, and gluten-free. Pro-EM1 is the key to your digestive health. Order Pro-EM1 Daily Probiotic Cleanse at Teraganix.com, spelled Teraganix.com, or call toll-free 866-369-3678. That's 866-369-3678. Also available through Amazon Prime. Pro-EM1 from Teraganix. Life's getting better.
How can you save a ton of money and prepare for emergencies? By having your own in-home freeze dryer from Harvest Right. Now you can cut down on wasted food by freeze drying your leftovers. That's right. Create your own long-term food storage by freeze drying your own fruits, meats, vegetables, even complete meals with a Harvest Right in-home freeze dryer. Imagine the savings and the peace of mind. See how the amazing Harvest Right freeze dryer works at harvestright.com.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson, I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Big John, Big John.
Every morning
at the mine you could see him arrive. He stood 6'6" and weighed 245, kind of broad at the shoulder and narrow at the hip. And everybody knew you didn't give no lip to Big John. Big John, Big John, Big Bad John, Big John. Nobody seemed to know where John called home. He just drifted into town and stayed all alone. Didn't say much, kind of quiet and shy, but if he spoke at all, he just said hi to Big John. Somebody said he came from New Orleans, where he got in a fight over a Cajun queen, and a crashing blow from a huge right hand sent a Louisiana fella to the promised land. Big John.
Big John.
Big John. Big John.
Big Bad John.
Big Bad John.
All right, folks, we are back live.
Then came the day at the bottom of the mine when the timber cracked and men started crying. Miners were praying and hearts beat fast. Everybody thought that they'd breathed the last except John. Through the dust and the smoke of this man-made hell walked a giant of a man that the miners knew well. Grabbed a sagging timber, gave out with a groan, and like a giant oak tree just stood there alone. Big John.
All right, folks, let's get into the news here.
Big John.
Big John.
Big John.
Big Bad John.
Big Bad John.
I guess we might as well just finish the song. It's a good story.
With all his strength, he gave a mighty shove. Then a miner yelled out, "There's a light up above!" And 20 men scrambled from a would-be grave. Now there's only one left down there to save Big John. With jacks and timbers, they started back down. Then came that rumble way down on the ground, and the smoke and gas belched out of that mine. Everybody knew it was the end of the line for Big John. Big John.
Big John.
Big John. Big Bad John. Big John.
I guess you can go to iTunes and hear the whole thing.
Now they never reopened that.
That's not an infomercial. Apple's not a sponsor.
Stand in front of it. These few words are written on that stand. At the bottom of this mine lies a big, big man. Big John.
All right, folks. Now, let me just go ahead and tell you what's coming up here on the show today. Excuse me.
Big Bad John.
Bank of America offering $13 billion to resolve probe. Bank previously offered $12 billion to settle the matter. Sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But it's actually trillions of swindling, money laundering, derivatives, credit default swaps, counterfeiting fraud. A mountain. And that's what the big six banks are all involved in, and they run the narcotics, and they run the weapons worldwide, and they run the media, and they run all the moves to overthrow our society. And why shouldn't they? I mean, we sit here and let the globalists issue the currency and credit worldwide that they can just buy anything they want with. Brand new jets, palaces, our daughters, our sons. Go off and fight and die and do everything else to serve them, and it's all pulled out of a rabbit's hat. Like a little oaken carved chit. A tally stick. That was the money 1,000 years ago in England. Because the king declared it, he just said, sticks we carve, what buys things. Horses, ships, dry goods, weapons, beer. With a stick. And you just can't get the public to even realize that the Federal Reserve's not federal. You think people get mad about that? You think people would get concerned that, you mean it's not federal and it runs everything and it's really a front group for a bunch of foreign banks? You know, in Australia and England and the United States, it's all the same. Same CPS, same forced vaccines, same exact names of the agencies in most cases, because big banks come up with it. They run the whole show, the whole stinking show from pillar to post. And in America, if you walk up to the Federal Reserve or you're even a quarter mile away videotaping, armed men will show up who are armed security guards, calling themselves federal officers, and they will threaten you, and they will have the police come, and the police will falsely arrest you in many cases. We have it on video. Because let me tell you something, you're scum to them. They're going to take your whole world and my whole world down, and there's nothing you're going to do about it in their mind. And if we sit there and take it, we deserve what comes. We'll be right back after this break.
We're on the